In the early 20th century, shipbuilding reached new heights. Belfast, Ireland, became the birthplace of the RMS Titanic. This colossal vessel, owned by the White Star Line, was designed to be the epitome of luxury and grandeur. The Titanic, measuring over 882 feet in length and 92 feet in width, was a marvel of engineering at the time. Its construction involved thousands of workers and incorporated the latest technologies. On May 31, 1911, the Titanic was launched, capturing the world's attention as it slipped into the River Lagan. The sheer scale of the ship and the opulence it promised made headlines around the globe. It was designed with double-bottom hull construction and watertight compartments. These features, coupled with its advanced pumping system, led to the widespread belief that the Titanic was practically unsinkable. However, this awe-inspiring creation would soon meet a tragic end, forever etching its name in history. The Titanic was more than just a ship, it was a floating palace. It boasted luxurious amenities designed to cater to its first-class passengers. These included a swimming pool, gymnasium, library, and even a squash court. Fine dining experiences were a hallmark of the Titanic. Passengers could enjoy lavish meals prepared by world-class chefs. The ship's interiors were adorned with intricate woodwork, plush carpets, and dazzling chandeliers. The grand staircase, a testament to Edwardian opulence, connected the ship's various decks. The Titanic carried a diverse range of passengers, reflecting the social hierarchy of the time. First-class passengers included prominent figures like John Jacob Astor IV and Benjamin Guggenheim. They travelled alongside wealthy families and successful industrialists. Second-class passengers, while not enjoying the same level of luxury, still experienced comfortable accommodations and a refined atmosphere. Many were tourists, immigrants seeking a new life in America, or professionals. The largest group of passengers travelled in third class. They came from various backgrounds and sought affordable passage to the new world. The Titanic was a microcosm of society, carrying a diverse group of individuals with their own dreams and aspirations. On the evening of April 14th, 1912, the Titanic sailed through the North Atlantic. The sea was calm, with a light breeze and a starlit sky. Despite the tranquil setting, there was a sense of unease among some crew members. Wireless operators had received ice warnings from other ships in the area. These warnings, however, did not reach the bridge in a timely manner. The Titanic continued its journey at near top speed, a decision that would prove fatal. As the night wore on, the temperature dropped and the air grew colder. Lookouts, stationed in the crow's nest, scanned the horizon for any signs of danger. At 11:40 p.m., Lookout Frederick Fleet spotted something in the distance. It was a large iceberg, its dark mass looming out of the night. Fleet immediately sounded the alarm bell 3 times and telephoned the bridge. First Officer Murdoch, in charge of the bridge, reacted swiftly. The ship's starboard, right side grazed the iceberg, sealing the Titanic's fate. The impact with the iceberg sent a shudder through the Titanic. While some passengers felt the collision, others slept through it. Below deck, the damage was severe. The iceberg had ripped a series of gashes along the ship's starboard side. Watertight compartments began to flood rapidly. Captain Smith, alerted to the situation, rushed to the bridge to assess the damage. He soon realized the gravity of the situation. The Titanic was sinking. As water poured into the ship, the Titanic began to list to starboard. Passengers, initially unaware of the danger, went about their evening routines. However, as the list became more pronounced and word of the collision spread, panic started to set in. The once majestic vessel was slowly slipping beneath the waves. The evacuation of the Titanic was a chaotic and heartbreaking affair. The Women and Children First protocol, while well-intentioned, led to scenes of both courage and despair. Women and children, often separated from their husbands and fathers, were ushered into the lifeboats. Some went willingly, while others resisted, refusing to leave their loved ones behind. The crew, faced with an impossible situation, struggled to maintain order. Officers used firearms to threaten those who tried to jump the queue or disobey orders. The lifeboats, lowered one by one, began to fill the icy waters of the North Atlantic. As the Titanic sank lower in the water, the angle of the deck increased, making it increasingly difficult to launch the remaining lifeboats. The band played on, their music providing a hauntingly beautiful soundtrack to the tragedy unfolding around them. At 2:20 a.m. on April 15, 1912, the Titanic, its lights flickering, plunged beneath the waves. The once mighty ship, now broken in two, disappeared into the depths of the North Atlantic, taking with it over 1,500 souls. The lifeboats scattered across the dark ocean could only watch in horror as the Titanic vanished from sight. The cries of those in the water, a haunting reminder of the tragedy, filled the air. The survivors, adrift in their lifeboats, faced a long and perilous wait for rescue. The temperature of the water was near freezing and many succumbed to hypothermia. The Carpathia, alerted to the Titanic's distress calls, raced to the scene. It arrived at daybreak, finding a sea of debris and the few remaining lifeboats. The survivors, their faces etched with grief and trauma, were taken aboard the Carpathia. The aftermath of the Titanic's sinking was marked by both grief and a desperate search for answers. The Carpathia, carrying over 700 survivors, arrived in New York City on April 18, 1912. Thousands gathered at the pier, anxious for news of loved ones. The stories of the survivors, harrowing accounts of bravery and loss, captivated the world. Recovery ships were dispatched to the site of the sinking. They recovered hundreds of bodies from the icy waters. Many victims were buried at sea while others were returned to their families. The identification process was a somber task, with personal belongings and clothing used to identify the deceased. The disaster prompted immediate investigations on both sides of the Atlantic. The loss of the Titanic had a profound impact on the world. The sinking of the Titanic had a profound and lasting impact on the world. It exposed the limitations of technology and the importance of human judgment. One of the most significant outcomes of the Titanic tragedy was the establishment of the International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, or SOLAS. This international treaty, adopted in 1914, set new standards for maritime safety. It included regulations requiring ships to carry enough lifeboats for all passengers and crew, mandated 24-hour radio operation on passenger ships, and established the International Ice Patrol. The International Ice Patrol, still operational today, monitors iceberg activity in the North Atlantic and provides warnings to ships. The Titanic disaster also led to advancements in maritime technology. Improved hull designs, watertight compartments, and lifeboat systems became standard features on passenger ships. The sinking of the Titanic spurred a global movement to prevent similar tragedies. The International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, or SOLAS, became a cornerstone of modern maritime safety regulations. It established minimum safety standards for ship construction, life-saving appliances, fire safety, radio communications, and navigation. The SOLAS Convention, regularly updated to incorporate technological advancements and lessons learned from maritime accidents, continues to play a vital role in ensuring the safety of life at sea. The legacy of the Titanic can be seen in the stringent safety measures implemented on modern passenger ships. These include mandatory lifeboat drills, sophisticated navigation and communication systems, and rigorous ship inspections. The Titanic disaster serves as a reminder that even the most technologically advanced vessels are not immune to the dangers of the sea. The story of the Titanic continues to captivate people's imaginations over a century after its sinking. The tragedy has been the subject of countless books, films, documentaries, and even exhibitions. The wreckage of the Titanic, discovered in 1985, has become a poignant underwater memorial to those who lost their lives. The enduring fascination with the Titanic stems from its status as a symbol of human ambition and fragility. The ship's story embodies themes of wealth and poverty, courage and sacrifice, and the unpredictable nature of fate. The Titanic's legacy serves as a reminder of the importance of humility, preparedness, and the preciousness of life. The story of the Titanic continues to resonate with people around the world.